I find it refreshing to finally see really good idents on ITV. It is the first time Channel 3 has had good idents since the days of the regions. Since homogenisation in late 2002, ITV idents for the main channel have been poor and uninspiring at best. The new ident package is to be known as Project 52, where we are expected to get a new ident on ITV every week, starting from New Year's Day 2019. Each ident would be produced by a different contributing artist, producing their own interpretation of the ITV logo using real material. The notion of having a new ident every week is something I feel has never been done before with an ident package. Thus, this is very much a fresh approach and something we could see on other stations in the future. From what I have seen from the short ITV Creates video released before the official launch, featuring both the artists behind the project and short clips of what the possible idents could be, I am excited to see what many of the idents which will be aired this year would look like, and from watching this video I feel that some of these potential idents look good. I do actually think that a new ident every week makes each week more exciting for the viewer, as we as a viewer have more anticipation on what an ident will look like. This project is supposed to go on for a year, and this makes me wonder whether this time next year we will have another rebrand, or will we see these idents recycled and shown on a rotation like BBC Two does with their idents. These are some of the best idents on Channel 3 since the 1990s, when we had the central cake and also the Granada logo variants from later on in that decade, which I really liked. From looking at the ITV Creates clip, these idents indeed remind me of the central cake idents, and these idents are for me like a nostalgia trip, as they remind me of my favourite idents on Channel 4 from the mid-noughties. And with them being a variant type ident, there is a bit of a BBC Two nature to them. Another ITV ident I see similarities with, especially with the first one from Ravi Deepa, would be the Granada 1995 ident, which was made of real material, but also the lighting around the logo does remind me of the lighting around the arrowed G. Other than that, these idents actually remind me of an unsung hero in the ident realm, as they remind me of a lesser remembered set of idents from the noughties, which were indeed a good set. And with this has backed up a theory related to TV idents in which I came up with in the summer of 2017, which is relevant to these idents, but not just in the nature of the idents, but in the pattern in which they followed. These idents remind me of a second set of idents on Channel 5 in their lowercase word era, when they replaced their dull and drab people idents, which are very identical to the last set on ITV, with idents featuring variants on the logo, which was the same featured on the previous people's idents and in lowercase, and similar looking to the current ITV logo. ITV has done exactly what 5 did 14 years ago by replacing their people idents with variants on their logo, which also featured in a previous set. The theory being strengthened here with the style of idents and pattern being followed is the one questioning whether Channel 5 predicted the future of the TV ident, and I believe this rings true when looking at these idents. Those idents on 5 were really good, however I actually prefer the ITV idents of today, as it seems that more effort has been put into them. Channel 5 predicting the future of the ident also draws back to the question, in what will ITV look like next year, as in a video I made about Channel 5's possible telling of the future, I stated that ITV could replace these idents with ones which did not feature the logo, but maybe featured words describing emotions or words to describe the channel, but in a similar style to the actual generic logo, like 5 did back in the day. So possibly get that in mind. I feel now I can fully move on from the Regions era and now enjoy this unified generic ITV, as we finally post 2002 have some really good idents to enjoy. And I would even say that these are the best idents on TV right now. I also like the idea of getting the public or the viewer to bring their ideas and make the idents, as for me this shows that ITV is interested in what the viewers think the channel should look like on air, and this could be a good idea regarding the TV press community, as many of us come up with ideas which I would consider better than what is actually on screen when doing mock idents, and I hope that certain stations would take on these ideas. BBC One, can you hear us? For me, these idents also make me think that ITV is going for a new image, which make the channel look more upmarket. Usually when a new ident comes out these days, I feel that the idents have more than one function, as like with any other TV channel ident from the last 20 years, these would make good trailer packages, or even break bumpers. Talking about trailers, there are new promo end boards which for some reason do remind me more of Channel 4 in the current day, and there are break bumpers to accompany this. However, I would rather see variants of the idents being used as the break bumpers in order to get more use out of them, and I feel this would strengthen the campaign even further. ITV could also use the idents in a similar way to what BBC Two does with their curve idents, and use them to open and close their promos. Compared to when I made my first video this time 2 years ago on the launch of Oneness, I feel we are in a much better place when it comes to TV idents, especially in terms of creativity. Back then, both BBC One and ITV had very poor sets of idents. However, now, and in the last year and a half, we have seen BBC Two give us brilliant idents based on the curve, and the wonderful Iron Giant idents with a great jingle to boot on Channel 4, and even their sister station have a brilliant set of idents as part of their latest rebrands. And to add to all this, ITV have introduced Project 52, and I am overall so far impressed. It does also feel that Channel 5 predicting the future of a TV ident is actually a good thing, especially when it's coming to determine what an ITV ident would look like. Overall, great work by ITV and its contributing artists, and hopefully these will go down in the Ident Hall of Fame, and possibly these could maybe be the best idents on TV at the moment. I am Tim Goodwin, take care and peace.